Warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gotham, Season 3, Episode 18, Light the Wick. Someone got lit. I am your host, John, and with me, I have Nikki.
Hi.
And Dom is not here because I think every piece of electricity in his town just left, so...
Yes,
we're
it packed
its
its bags and said, screw you, we're going home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, it's just the two of us, but luckily it's just the two of us, so take that as you will. So there was quite a lot of story things happening in this episode. There was a lot going on. So to start with, we got Alexa thinking I'm talking to her, and I'm not. Alexa, I'm not. Sorry. So there was a prison transfer for Captain Barnes out of Arkham, which I'm like, okay, right, transfer. We'll call it that. So, needless to say, Barnes escaped, and Mad Hatter strangely narrated the whole thing in the third person.
We could have done without. We really could have. It was stupid.
I was like, first off, why did you give him a striped hat? Did he need that? He's a prisoner.
Yeah. Why does he get a hat?
He shouldn't have a hat. No. And basically, suffice to say, Barnes is taken by the Talon, who sedates him, but almost gets strangled to death because Barnes is a psycho. And he's taken to Catherine, and Catherine basically wants to use him to judge things, judge Gotham, and just unleash him when the time is right. So, I mean, Dom called it last week. I think he's actually going to be the Judge, the character from the animated series of Batman. So this might be it.
Okay.
He also, the other big thing was we saw Hugo Strange again. Who
I was so happy.
And I'm a little sad because I was like actually on Twitter for once in my life, and BD Wong tweeted a picture of himself dressed up as Hugo Strange again. I was like, oh, I would have been surprised. All right, fine. All right, cool. You're in the episode. So I was really happy to see him again. But basically, they extract the virus from Captain Barnes, and he synthesizes it into a death mist, basically.
An airborne bomb.
Right. So we start off there. So now we have a pretty obvious weapon to use against Gotham to just throw it into chaos. So apparently, though, Strange was there against his will, seemingly.
Yeah, it seemed like they just grabbed him and said, "Do our bidding." He did mention that he was working with Fish because he took it as a personal challenge, but working for the court was not his doing at all. He didn't want to be there.
I just wonder what. I mean, obviously I guess it's just because they could kill him, but do they have something on him besides the obvious crimes he's committed?
Yeah, beside those, I don't know. Does he have family?
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if in the other story lines that he's had family, but I have no idea. I'm just trying to figure out why, or is it just because he's I get to do science though? Mm-hmm. I don't know what his motives always are, but
because he wasn't exactly pissed off to be there, but he just kind of said well, whatever.
Fine, I guess I'll make a stupid red mist or something.
Yep.
Okay, man. And I kind of liked how they made it look, because it almost looked like it was a red, a rosy red, flower petal kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Which, haha, Alice in Wonderland, haha. So that was kind of neat. But anyway, we'll get back to what Mr. Strange was doing. So we go to the Court of Owls. They are in session debating, well, not really even debating, just talking about what's the fate of Gotham, ha ha ha. And little Jim is a little sad because he's not in the important decision-making thing, and he's also not even sure what the hell they're talking about as far as like, you know, because Catherine mentioned like make a list of people and submit it by like the end of the week. It's like, you guys have an HR in the Court of Owls too? Like what So Gordon is actually crafty for once and pulls a fingerprint off of Catherine's mask to identify who she is and, you know, where she might live. They do find out exactly that, basically. And he has an awkward encounter with random court dude man and sort of very awkwardly and somehow obviously gets away with whatever he stealing the fingerprint. And I don't even like I get it, it's a TV show, but like, could you have been a little smoother, Jim?
Oh yeah, he could have been
a little bit. Like, come on, man, you could. No, I didn't do anything wrong. What are you talking about, mask guy? It's like, who are you? Is everyone else a child but Jim Gordon? Because who believes that?
I mean, he did kind of. I mean, he's new, right? And they know that.
Yeah.
And they're not really filling him in on everything, but he's still required to leave that list of names, and he doesn't know what for. So I guess he did use that knowledge to be like, you know what? I don't know why I'm leaving the name, so I need enlightenment a little bit.
Yeah.
The guy was like, yeah, sure. It's because the city is going to be judged.
Yeah.
Their darker selves are going to come out. And Jim was like, ding, 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 immediately. And I'm like, whoa, wait. You figured this out like right away. I don't know. It's not Jim. It's an alien.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, and like, that's like after he sneaks into Catherine's house, like real smooth, like, he steals what was like a key card out of the drawer for Wayne Tech. Don't know. We don't know what that is yet, but I'm assuming we'll find out. And that's when he confronts Catherine, and she's all like, "Why are you in my house?" And he's like, "Sorry, I'm in your house. I demand a seat at the table." And she's all like, "Why the fuck are you in my house? Get out of my You can't just go to people's houses." So he's like, "I demand a seat at the table," and that's when she says, like you said, Gotham will see their darker selves, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, I figured this out." Yeah.
Also, Penguin's a little dickhole, and he knows about you.
Yeah. Oh boy, Penguin. This episode. I mean, it is a little frustrating between him and Nigma. Like, I want to know what the court is. I want to know the thing. It's like, you don't. You really don't. It's like, no, I do. I can handle it, and neither of them can handle it.
No.
Just want to shake the little guy. Like, this is the one time Jim has actually tried to help the both of you. Like, seriously. Well, I guess we can lump Lee into this real quick because she's the same.
Oh my god, I wanted to slap her so much today. This episode. I mean, it's definitely not a secret that I don't like Lee, and this is exactly why.
Yes. I get. All right, I get being a dick to Jim. You've just consistently been a dick to Jim. Fine, but you were a dick to Harvey, and then you were a dick to Lucius, and that, my friend, no. We are not mean to Lucius.
No, we don't pick on precious Lucius. No, we don't. We don't do that.
We don't do this.
No.
I wish I could say I get her, but I don't. I mean, because like, I guess maybe I forgot because this season's been so chopped up. I forget, specific details. But like, my understanding was like that she knew that Mario was infected, and that at some point would probably pose a very serious risk to her. I get it. He shot her. She didn't see the knife that he dropped when he was going to kill her. Okay, but she knew that he was like a time bomb, and that something bad was going to happen to her eventually. And I kind of forgot that she knew that because I'm like, is that why she's so pissed at Jim? Because she doesn't know. I'm like, no, she knows because they had the conversation. So like, why are you mad at him again?
He saved your life, and you know it, but you're still denying it. It's really weird.
Yeah, and now she's on this tirade that Jim is somehow implicated in the death of his Uncle Frank.
Yeah.
And he's not.
No.
He didn't want him to die, and Uncle Frank shot himself. And she's like, it wasn't a suicide. It's like, no, it was a suicide.
It was a suicide.
Exactly a suicide.
And it was a cover-up at the same time.
Right. 3 people told you that. They told you as much as they safely can tell you. Like, you just need to just understand the little wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If we tell you more, you are in more danger than you understand.
And she just, even, like, it was last episode, Jim told her straight out, just stay out of it or you're going to end up getting killed. And she's like, no. You're the one who's caused all this. It's your fault. I'm digging deep. And it's like, no, stupid. Stop it.
I'm glad she's leaving Gotham. I'm leaving Gotham. It's like, okay, leave. No, I'm leaving for real. Okay, leave. Leave. Okay, no, I'm leaving.
When I was watching this, nobody was home. And she said that. I was like, later, Gator, as loud as I could. I'm not. Fine, leave. Go.
Get off the show. Just like Brian Cribble says in chat, get back to Deadpool. We'll see you in that movie. My God, just you were better off as a stripper. Yes. All right, so maybe she'll be gone for the rest of the season. Just we'll cross our fingers here.
Maybe she'll pull a disappearing act and find another mobster son to try and marry.
No, I love him. No, this one's seriously the one. This is like the guy I need to be with.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on, fuck it. Let's just do this right now. You're yelling at someone about their morals, right? About how morally lacking in morals Jim is, right? But you married the son of a guy who has killed dozens, if not hundreds, of people.
And it's like she worships him too. Like she likes Falcone very, very much so.
You love the protection. You love the power. So, and I did not think of this until just now. What the fuck? You don't get to do that. No. You don't get to enjoy the perks and privileges of crime without being as culpable yourself.
Yep.
So, that's what it is. That's what's annoyed me this whole time. Thank you for letting me do that. Screw you, Lee.
I feel like
not that Lee in chat. Cool.
No, Lee in chat, you're good. We're fine with you. It's Lee in Gotham who has her panties twisted. Like that woman. I don't even.
Man, now I'm sad Dom's not here to just laugh at that because I figured out what my problem was, and that's what it is. Ah, beautiful. Okay.
Ding, well, ding, 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 ding.
Not a good one today. So, anywho, so anyway, back to the plot, I guess, of the show. So Harvey obviously is the right-hand man of Jim, and as soon as Jim figures out, like, okay, we know what the plan is. They're going to try to infect the whole city with Alice's blood. So they go to the test facility. They are attacked by a ghoul of a man.
Yeah.
He was like actually a little scary. I was pretty impressed by him.
I didn't like the sounds he was making, that's for sure.
He did some bad things to those people.
Mm-hmm.
So this is their test subject of the mist, and boy did it work.
Oh boy. It seemed to work not only more potently, but faster than any of the others we've seen. So Hugo did something to that.
Yeah, he must have enhanced it somehow because, like, even just blood to, blood to blood contact, however you want to call it, it took weeks sometimes for it to really manifest. This was like instant, and this guy was like not just rage, but like he was like feral.
He was, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was like a wild dog. So it that's what Gotham's got in store for it. So they're attacked by the test subject. Harvey gets knocked down, and he just doesn't get up. And I'm just like, Harvey, help Jim. Get up, contribute, and he just didn't. I was a little disappointed, but they are strangely both saved by Hugo. Strange.
Mm-hmm. Oops. Yes. Strangely.
Strangely strange. Yeah. He basically says, like, look, I didn't want to do it. I had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
As a show of goodwill, I will give you my research and a vial sample. And then
thank you.
They were like, okay. And Harvey calls him a logical bastard. I was like, that is barely an insult, but good on you, Chief. So I was like, okay, this is good. This is great. So now we give this to Lucius. Lucius figures out, solves all of our problems like Lucius always does. Thank God for Lucius. Hashtag that. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I like where this is going already. So,
I think
Jim,
Lucius should have been in on this the whole way.
I was gonna say, I think you're right. I think Lucius should have been in the lab because, you got to figure like, what if Hugo wasn't there, and even if they took care of their assailant, who knows if they knew what they were looking for? You would need like a scientist to be like, okay, that's the sample we need. Like, those are the notes that are relevant. Let's go. But whatever. He was busy doing like getting yelled at by Lee, I guess.
Probably. Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that's actually probably where he was. But whatever. So anyway, at this point, Jim goes to confront Catherine once again. He's called to like a bank, and there was a banquet going on at the bank. A banquet. Doing this a lot today. So he comes upstairs, and she goes on this whole thing about like it's a party called for like the Daughters of Gotham, I believe, like the elite women in the city.
Yeah.
She's like, well, they think they have control, but they don't. It's like, yeah, we get it. You're the Court of Owls. We got it. Thank you. So this is the final test for Jim to have his real seat at the table. So basically, so she's got a bomb ready to go with Alice's blood.
Yep.
And she's going to bomb the party. And luckily, the blast will be contained. I say luckily, loosely, I guess. But the blast will be contained to that room, and we'll see what happens. This is the first real field test of the bomb. And I'm like, ooh, science, yay! So the test is Gordon doesn't get to stop it. If he watches this play out and he does nothing to stop it, he can have his seat at the table. Catherine leaves, like every good villain. She leaves her bomb to go off without her seeing it, which is just perfect, best thing to do. But leaves her Talon to execute him should Jim try to give anybody the business.
Yep.
And Jim tries to give somebody the business, but not before secretly pocket dialing Penguin, a very confused Penguin, who still really, really wants to know what the court is and wants to find Nigma. And not so subtly again calls for help. What'd you think of that? Because that was just like...
I mean, yeah, Penguin did catch on eventually, but the way that, it's kind of like when you have mom on the phone, but you don't want somebody else to know you're talking to your mom on the phone. So you're like, yeah, Jeff, yeah, it's fine. We'll go hang out sometime soon. Yeah. And people look at you like it was kind of the opposite for Penguin. He was like, who am I listening to? Who's Jim talking to? And then, Jim's like, oh, well, this is the location. And then it clicked in Penguin's head. He's like, okay, this is where the court is. But like that whole phone call was kind of confusing, especially for Penguin, but I don't know. It did work out in Jim's favor. He got saved by none other than Firefly, who is fantastic.
And it turns out that Talon was the Wick.
Yes, he was. He was the Wick of that's the title. That's what we were looking forward to, apparently.
They got it. They name dropped it without name dropping it.
Yep.
My only thing was, I'm like, sir, you are a trained assassin.
Mm-hmm. And he did get his ass handed to him.
I mean, and listen, he put up he gave Jim a run for his money. Jim was struggling against that guy. Finally, we finally met a man who could actually not get bodied by Jim. It's just don't you think he's talking funny right now? Don't you think he should check his pockets? I don't know. It was just really.
It's kind of like going back to the guy in the room when Jim's taking the fingerprint. It's just everybody is so naive. They don't realize what's going on around them.
No, I guess I don't know. Whatever. Fine. That aside, our boy Talon gets roasted by Firefly, which is just like, yes, I love seeing Firefly in action.
Mm-hmm.
Blasted out of a window. Everyone in the room panics. But luckily, they all got out in time before the bomb goes off. And, you know, for some reason, there was a crying little girl who decided, I'm not going to move. And Jim, of course, scooped her up and saved her. Like that I felt like that was completely unnecessary. But whatever. But then Jim's like shutting the doors. Now, I don't know if you got this impression, but like it looked like that. Like I obviously like the door was very beautiful and ornate, but like it looked like it had holes in it. But I guess they were like little glass windows in the door because like remember it was like little like almost wing like pattern in the door that he was like slamming shut. And I'm like, are there holes in that door? Because like that's not going to do anything.
I mean,
I guess not.
If those weren't holes, I mean, that door is big and it looks old. I'm pretty sure the ceiling isn't up to par. So.
Yeah, it would just. But it was just like really funny. I'm like, wait, Jim, there's hole like you're screwed. There's holes in the door. Okay, never mind. It must be. I'm like, I don't know. It just like looked really funny to me. So, like, what's that going to do? And how heavy are they?
Mm-hmm.
There's this picture right like, and he closes at the last second. But of course, you know, Jim saves the day. But the bigger plot is still that they don't know where this other big bomb is, and they got to find it.
Yeah.
Real fast. So at this point, you know, Penguin now basically has what he wants. You know, he knows what the court is, and he knows what they're capable of. And Jim's just basically like, look, you killed one of their men. They'll find you. Don't you worry.
When they did.
Oh, that was quick too.
It was really quick.
Yeah. So he gets captured by the court and is placed in a birdcage. Ha ha ha. And happens to be right next to his good buddy Nigma, who is shocked to see him alive. But hey man, what are you gonna do? And he has like this really intense, awkward stare and snatch towards him, and I can assume that neither of them will be sleeping anytime soon. So we'll see what happens. But like, it's really funny that the two big villains in the show just are in bird cages next to each other right now. So I don't know how they're getting out, but anyway, so that was basically Penguin. The other big, I guess, well, big isn't important, but I guess side stories in this episode were what was going on with Selena and Ivy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so poor Ivy is looking for Selena desperately because she's like, I need to find my friend. I want to say hey. Goes to Tabitha. Tabitha tells her, look, she fell out of a window.
She's in the hospital.
Probably not going to make it. Which Ivy immediately is like calling bullshit on because like, how did Selena Kyle fall out of a damn window?
Yeah, I mean that is a question because you know, for as long as Ivy's known Selena, she would jump out of windows and land on her feet. So I totally get why she was just like, no way, that's not Selena. That never would happen.
Right. So obviously she goes right to the hospital to find her. Selena is, we find out, in a coma. She's not dead.
Not doing too well, though.
No, she's not doing good. The power of cats did not compel her to rise quite yet.
No.
So, in a very funny sequence, she's like, asked the orderly, is she going to be okay? Tell me she's going to be okay. Okay, she's going to be okay. No, you're just saying that because I didn't. Okay, never mind. Get out of here.
That was funny, yeah.
That was really cute. But she like basically turns the hospital room into her own little garden of sorts in an effort to help revive her friend. And somehow Selena does wake up.
Well, we know that she kind of alluded to she's been making her own little plants. So they probably have special attributes that would... Not only does she talk to her plants, but she makes new ones. So...
Yeah. And like we said, like like last episode we said, she revived Penguin from who knows what the brink of, like he was probably on the brink of death, and you know, she revived him. So I wouldn't be surprised if she like snuck a little stuff into the IV. But Selena wakes up and pretty much immediately is like, I need to go to Wayne Manor. And
I need to kill somebody.
I need to kill somebody. Right. Someone's got to die. It's like, okay. We're going right to kill here?
So, like, I understand that's, like, her first thought, but, like, I wanted to know more about this, maybe a little less on the court side and a little bit more with the Selena coming back side, because at this point, it's like, is it a combination of the cats and the plants? Was the cats thing just for us as a nostalgia thing, or and it's just the plants, or like I want to know. I'm sure they're going to tell us, but like I want to know now, because this is the sort of part of the storyline that I'm more invested in.
Absolutely, I agree. I really want to know, like, exactly what did she do? Like how is, like, I want to know more about Ivy's abilities. You know, basically, like, we know she has, like, you know, her charm perfume. But like, what else can she do? And what is the nature of Selena with these cats? Like, right, what is this?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll see. So anyway, obviously Selena's going to go kill not Bruce because she's mad that he shoved her out of a fucking window. I mean, Jesus, anyone would be.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd be pissed.
Yeah. So, you know, I wasn't sure, but my thing was like, maybe you should just like tell Alfred first, like, hey man, it's not Bruce.
Yeah, I mean, I think not Bruce expects Selena to be out of the game, so for Selena to like pick up a phone and be like, guess what, Alfred, this is what happened, I think, you know, Alfred would be more inclined to be like, all right, let me pay attention and see what the hell is happening, and then he would figure it out, and then something would be done. But we know how, you know, we know Selena's a little bit reckless. And by a little bit, I mean a lot.
All reckless, yes. I mean, because, like, it's going to be really awkward if you just, like, barge into the house with a switchblade. Like, I'm going to kill that guy. It's like, whoa, buddy, hey. Hold on. We are missing quite a lot of dots between A and Z here. You know, we'll see how that goes, I guess. We do get some real Bruce in this episode. More of his training. He's having a stick fight with a masked man in a temple.
They're brainwashing him.
Yeah, it's very concerning. But like at the same time, they're kind of like really genuinely helping him. You know, like, because basically the shaman, as they're calling him, we don't know his real name, basically says that your rage and anger is preventing you from fighting well and from being a fully realized person in actuality. So. He basically is losing to this guy in intense stick battle. It doesn't seem to understand why. So then Shaman guy takes him back in time again with the wacky needle drugs. Which
it almost looks like Bruce is like asking for it now. He wants to go back with that drug.
Yeah, like this time it seemed like he was fully willing to do it. So he goes back in time, and basically to the point where it's during his parents' wake or funeral, whatever. And basically, he's upset that no one cares about his parents' death. Everyone was just upset for him. No one was angry that they were gone, and no one wanted to know what happened. And that's why he walked away from the party, like the party. Jesus Christ, the funeral. It's not a party. And we basically get to see, which I don't even know. I don't remember if this was the thing in season 1 that he held on to his father's cufflinks that he was supposed to be buried with.
I don't remember.
Did they just like make this up? I don't remember.
I remember there being a scene with the cufflinks, and he did take them after like they showed the scene when his parents first got shot. But I don't think there was anything else to it.
Right, but whatever. Anyway, his father was supposed to be buried with these cufflinks, whether it's a plot loophole or not. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But he's basically been holding on to them for this whole time, and symbolically, by letting go of the cufflinks, he places them in a safe during his vision, and is sort of symbolically letting go of his parents' death. not being so angry about it anymore.
Mhm.
And he wakes up and wants to continue stick fighting. And then he wins at stick fighting. And he's like, yay, I can go home. And Shaman's like, you could go home, or you could keep stick fighting. And he's like, I want to keep stick fighting.
There was not, it wasn't even like he mulled on it for like, a half hour. It was like with a matter of seconds. He's like, no, I'm going to keep fighting. It's good.
That's fun. So
It's good.
beat this guy.
Yeah.
So, and like you were saying, so obviously, at first we were like, okay, this is him like becoming Batman. Basically, this is like, you have to be a symbol. But like, we kind of see the shaman contacting Catherine, and they're basically saying like, we're gonna steer this towards you're gonna be a weapon of the court, not Batman necessarily.
I did kind of mention that. I wasn't sure of how they were doing, but I knew that they were going to try and use him somehow. But I was really hoping that it was the steps to Batman. I mean, it could be a step, but they're making it seem like no. We're definitely we're making him a monster of our works. It's right. He's not going to be a good person. He's going to work for us and do what we want.
Yeah, I mean, he could just be like a very powerful Talon for them. But even in like the comic stories, like there was kind of like a lead Talon that they had, and they might want him to be that. And it's kind of striking to me because the guy he was stick fighting with was wearing, an eye mask that basically everyone involved with the court wears. So it's not a stretch. But at the same time, like even if he, obviously probably not going to happen, and he's going to be Batman at some point in his life. Yeah. And like, even though Batman has nothing to do with the court, he still does serve their purpose of bringing stability to Gotham and becoming a symbol of protection and fear for the criminals. So like, either way, obviously they don't have control over him, but he's still doing what they want him to do in a sense.
The shaman did say like, you need Gotham and Gotham needs you. Gotham needs a protector and you need a purpose. So he, in a way he did kind of appeal to Bruce by saying that, but in a way he's also, preparing Bruce for what the court needs by saying that.
Because I'm waiting for like you could be the protector of Gotham and here's how. And then we'll see what his real motives are, I guess. But it's concerning and also kind of exciting for me because I'm still like, Batman soon. So I don't know. We'll see.
Do you think there's going to be a time jump after this season?
I don't know, because I'm assuming they're probably already shooting next season, right?
I think they start in July, August.
Because I looked up their ages, and the actors who play Bruce and Selina, who are like the ones that we'd have to be concerned about age-wise, they are their age in the show, basically. They're like both 16, like maybe going on 17. So they're not going to age substantially between seasons like when they were in the earlier seasons.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure, there's been a time jump of like at least 6 months, I want to say, between seasons.
I think it was 6 months.
Something like that. So I would imagine at least there. But, I keep saying this, and not to harp on the actor, but like the kid playing Bruce is not in any shape to be Batman. Like, he's not huge. He needs to be huge.
He is a pretty tiny kid.
Yeah, so he's... My theory is that he's going to be like a pre-Batman, because that's been a thing that in a lot of Batman tellings, like that's happened. Sometimes he just wears like disguises of people. Sometimes he's just wearing a hoodie and just bopping criminals like that. That's probably what we're going to get if we're going to get anything soon, which is fine. That's how he learns the ropes of crime fighting and what not to do and how to best not annoy Alfred too much.
He still does a lot of things that he should not do as Batman. But, at least he's learned how to not get hurt while doing the things he's not supposed to do. Right.
And at least, like, he can develop skills to not screw up so bad when he does stupid things. So, because, you're right. Batman does dumb things all the time. And everyone's like, that's really stupid. You could die. He's like, uh-huh. Watch me go.
Yep.
Whee! Yay! I'm gonna jump off this building. Don't jump off the building. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Let's hope the grappling hook works. So I guess it's never gonna change. You're right. But I think that's everything. Yeah, we covered Lee.
Yeah, we didn't see any Barbara, which would have been interesting.
No, you're right. There was no Barbara this time.
Even Penguin said that there was no Iceman, and who else did he say?
Right. Yes, there was no Iceman.
Yeah, Victor wasn't around.
Yeah. What the hell?
I mean, they're introducing this group of misfits, and we only get to see a couple of them. So
there's only one misfit. Well, two, I guess. I mean, if you can.
Well, I mean, if Firefly and Victor, they don't really suit. They don't fit with the common people either. So.
No, you're right.
And no Alfred, and not Bruce stuff. But it's to be expected. We're gonna see that next episode with Selena.
Yes.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else other than the missing people that. Could have or might have pushed some of the story. Like, I would have definitely traded Barbara for freaking Hatter this episode. Jesus.
Oh my God! No, he was completely unnecessary. I don't want to be reminded of him.
Okay.
At this point, like, no, not you. Like the show. The show needs to just let him go for a while. You used the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Like for half of the season, just let him go.
Yeah.
My only thing was that I missed was the conflict between Tabitha and Barbara. I want to see where that goes.
Maybe that's why Barbara wasn't around, because
Probably.
it seemed like Tabitha had a lot of control over the club this episode. So. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see where all that goes. But anyway, did you want to mention anything else for this one?
Nah.
Okie dokie. So next episode. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Next episode is called All Will Be Judged, and little postscript for this episode. They let Captain Barnes go. Oh boy, to kill Jim. So let's see if he kills Jim, guys. He's probably not going to kill Jim, but we'll see. So the next synopsis for next episode is as follows: Temple Shaman, great name, reveals his hand to Bruce Wayne and sets up the next phase of training. Gordon and Bullock are put in danger as they come across a crystal owl that reveals the most coveted secrets of Gotham's underworld. Oh my God.
Okay, was that the crystal owl that broke?
So, is there another one? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the first one that Selena and her mom and Bruce and Alfred stole broke.
I'm assuming they didn't crazy glue it back together, so maybe there's another owl. I don't know. But everything we think needs to happen is probably going to happen in this episode. And then meanwhile, Nigma and Penguin are forced to work together to get out of a tricky situation.
Their bird cages?
Yeah, I guess that's a tricky situation. So bear in mind, guys, this is episode 19. I believe we'll have one more normal episode after this, and then the finale is going to be a double episode.
Okay.
So we technically have 3 more weeks of this left. So it's almost over. So
it snuck up real fast, even after that big break.
Well, yeah, it was so awkward because it was like chunk of season, stop, 5 episodes maybe, stop again, and now we're getting. I think this is like the 4th episode. Maybe we're getting 7 episodes now. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's weird how they broke up this season.
Yeah, and I know it's not their fault. It's the network, obviously. But
yeah.
I just hope this doesn't happen next season because this was really hard to keep up with. I'm going to be quite honest. But anyway, that is our show for the evening. So Nikki, where can lovely people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
And you can find me at No More on Twitter, which I'll probably tweet something this week. Who the hell knows? You can find all of us at ASOTV on Facebook, Gmail, Google+, Twitter, everything. Social media, find us, guys. We're here. And we're on YouTube, duh.
We're here.
Follow
on
us,
YouTube.
sub to us. We like subs. Subs are cool.
We like comments, too.
Yeah, seriously. We will respond to your comments, guys. So I think that's everything. Hopefully Don will be back next week. Hopefully the electricity comes back to his town.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know how that works. But anyway, been great, guys. See you later.